Hello everyone, and a warm welcome back to our English language course. Today, we're diving into a topic fundamental to mastering English, the world of pronouns. These might seem like simple words, but they are the secret ingredient to making our language flow naturally and efficiently. Think of them as powerful shortcuts that prevent our conversations and writing from sounding repetitive and clunky. In this comprehensive lesson, we'll journey through the different kinds of pronouns, from the familiar personal pronouns like I and you, to possessive, demonstrative, and even interrogative ones. We'll explore them step by step, building a solid foundation so you can use them correctly and confidently in your daily life. So what exactly is a pronoun? The definition is simple. A pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. Let's break this down with a clear example. Without pronouns, you might say, Maria loves to read. Maria goes to the library every week. Notice how the repetition of Maria makes the sentence feel a bit awkward? Now let's bring in a pronoun. Maria loves to read, goes to the library every week. The word she is the pronoun. It replaces the noun Maria, making the sentence smoother and more natural. The noun that a pronoun replaces is called its antecedent. In this case, Maria is the antecedent for she. This connection is crucial for clear communication. This works for things too. Instead of the book is long but the book is interesting, we simply say, the book is long but is interesting. Here, the pronoun it efficiently replaces the book. The importance of pronouns really can't be overstated. As we've seen, their primary job is to avoid repetition, but their impact goes much deeper. By cutting out redundant nouns, they make our sentences flow more smoothly, creating a better rhythm and pace. This significantly improves the overall quality of our speaking and writing. Imagine you're telling a friend about your new car, saying, the car is fast, the car has leather seats, is clunky. But saying, is fast and has leather seats, is much more conversational and engaging. This efficiency is key in everything from writing a professional email to telling a captivating story. Mastering pronouns is a fundamental step towards sounding like a fluent, natural English speaker. Now that we have a clear understanding of what pronouns are and why they're so vital, we're ready to explore the different families of pronouns in our next section. There are 7 common kinds of pronouns we will learn today: personal, possessive, reflexive, demonstrative, interrogative, relative, and indefinite pronouns. Let's begin with personal pronouns. They stand for specific people or things. Examples include I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. For example, she is my sister. The second type is possessive pronouns. They show ownership or belonging. Words like mine, yours, his, hers, ours, and theirs. For example, this book is mine. The third type is reflexive pronouns. These pronouns refer back to the subject of the sentence. Words like myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, and themselves. Example, he hurt himself while playing. The fourth type is demonstrative pronouns. They point out specific things. The words are this, that, these, and those. For example, these are my friends. The fifth type is interrogative pronouns. We use them to ask questions. Examples include who, whom, whose, which, and what. For example, who is knocking at the door? The sixth type is relative pronouns. These are incredibly useful words because they connect a dependent clause, that's a part of a sentence that can't stand on its own, to a noun in the main clause. Essentially, they introduce extra, essential information. The most common relative pronouns are who, whom, whose, which, and that. Let's look closer. Who and whom both refer to people. Who is used for the subject, as in, the boy who won the race is my brother. Whom is for the object. The artist whom we admired moved to Paris. Whose shows possession, like in, the girl whose backpack was lost is here. Finally, which refers to things, and that can refer to either people or things. For instance, this is the cake which I baked. And finally, we have indefinite pronouns. Just as their name suggests, they refer to people or things in a general, non-specific way. You use them when you don't know or don't need to say exactly who or what you're talking about. These pronouns can be singular, plural, or either, depending on the context. Singular ones like everyone, somebody, anything, and nobody always take a singular verb. For example, everyone is ready, not everyone are ready. Or as in our original example, nobody was at home. Plural ones like both, few, and many take a plural verb. Many were invited to the party. Then there are some that can be singular or plural, like some, all, and none, depending on what they refer to. For example, some of the pie is left, but some of the guests are leaving. They are absolutely essential for everyday conversation. Let's do a quick but thorough recap of what we've learned. We explored 7 distinct types of pronouns, each with a unique job. First, personal pronouns like I and they, which replace nouns to avoid repetition. Then, possessive pronouns such as mine and hers, which declare ownership without needing a noun. We also covered reflexive pronouns like myself and themselves, used when the subject and object are the same. Demonstrative pronouns, this, that, these, those, point to specific things. Interrogative pronouns, who, what, which, are used to ask questions. Relative pronouns like who and that connect clauses, and finally, indefinite pronouns such as someone or many refer to non-specific people or things. Now, for the most important part, practice. To truly master these, don't just write random sentences. Try a more creative approach. Write a short paragraph about your day, a recent trip, or a favorite memory. Your goal is to consciously weave in at least one example of each of the 7 pronoun types. For instance, you could write, "This is the story of a trip I took myself. The friend who came with me asked, 'What is your favorite part?' I told her that everything was my favorite." This method makes practice more engaging and mirrors how we use language in real life. And that brings us to the end of our lesson. Remember, understanding pronouns is a huge step toward making your English sound more natural and fluent. They are the tools that make our sentences flow smoothly and prevent clunky repetition. Don't be discouraged if it feels challenging at first. Language learning is a journey, not a race. Keep practicing every day, even for just a few minutes. You will be amazed at how quickly you see improvement in both your speaking and your writing. We look forward to seeing you in the next class.